Hi everyone, welcome to Hilltop View Journals. Today I'm working on day 15 of RachandBellacrafts' collaboration, My Daily Spread, and day 15 is Monochrome, Colour of the Day. So I have obviously gone for green. It was quite a challenge. I haven't got that much stuff in green really, so I had to sort of improvise a little bit, but I'm really pleased at how this has turned out, and I can't wait to see what the other two creators who are up for today's challenge will create. We've got Heart Lake Crafts and we've got Snips Happens with Tara, so their details will be in my description box, so please do go and pop along and have a look at their video. And let me start now by showing you how I did this page spread. I'm sure as soon as you saw what was on the screen, you knew what colour I was going to go for. And I was very tempted to go with a neutral colour scheme because that would be the easiest. And I would encourage everyone to do that if you are struggling and want to get something out quickly. And that's what I should be going for. But I thought, no, I'm going to try be out of my comfort zone and do something different to what my brain is actually telling me to do. So here it is, I'm going for green. And just go through what I've got on my desk here. I've got to the side of me here just a couple of green scraps. I don't really have much green material actually, so something to rectify at some point. I've got some scrappy paper here, printed paper. I've got some scraps from other kits, Rachel's other kits. I think that might actually be Angela Kerr from last year. So I got those there. Oh, and that. Then I've got a masterboard that I made up during the summer collaboration last year. So it's got lots of greens here, so I thought I might use that. I've got some pages from Rachel's botanical kit. This is one of my favourites. I'm definitely going to try and use that. But I've also got this as well and this. So these are perfect to cut out or rip out and use them as focal points. So I've got those to play with. I've got some greenery. I may or may not use that. I've got a couple of other little focal points that I could use. These little images came in a book at the back, like little tickets of flowers. And I've got this faux button, which is from one of Rachel's sewing digital kits. I've got a couple of these little things. I thought I could paint them different colours, different colour greens. I've got some watercolour paper to the side of me. I've dug up my watercolours, which I may or may not use. I would like to use, depending on how long this takes. These have been sadly neglected during the challenge because there hasn't been any time to do anything else. And then I've got these books, which I purchased from Amazon. This one is called Blooming as Flowers sticker book. And this one is called Fluttering as Butterfly. And they're brilliant. They're great books. I have shown them before on my channel. You can buy quite a few different things like this on Temu as well. And they've got loads of different things in there. So I found some stickers that are all green, which I may or may not use. So that's everything I've got. And we'll just have a play and see where all this takes us. I'm thinking of working on both sides of a page. So this page here was in the middle of this signature. So literally my signature is going to be 2 pages because it's so bulky now. It sort of stands out on its own. So that's how it's going to look in there. It'll just have something on either side there. So that's what I'm working on. And it is quite difficult to work in the pages. I'm really glad I didn't actually secure them in place because I think I would be really struggling. And I'm going to start by just layering up some of these bits and pieces. And I do find working with green quite difficult because the different shades of greens, whether you've got more warm yellow green or more cool blue green, I'm quite particular on the greens that I like and don't like. And I also find it difficult to work out what goes with what. So yeah, working with green I find is quite a challenge. And I find it difficult to get the colours to match together. And so what I'm going to do is a bit of layering. And I really do want to try and keep this fairly simple. I know I'm not very good at that, but I am going to try as best as I can to keep this simple. And it's very tempting to try and fit in some opposite colour to this. It's going to be quite a challenge, I think. And my husband has just come in and said, get on with it because I want to mow the lawn. Mow the lawn again? Why does he want to do that again? I don't know. It's like an obsession. It really is an obsession, I'm sure. Now this, that might be a bit too busy for what I'm going for. But I've got a couple of layers there now that I really quite like. The clock is ticking. I've got to get on with this. No faffing, Stephanie Howells. No faffing. I haven't got time. Quick smart. Get it done. Now I love this green. Oh, this is the last bit that I've got of this lace. It's just such a divine colour. You know, you have these little scraps and you don't use them. I love it so much. It's going to have to be used. I think it would be perfect on a tag, wouldn't it? I'm going to have to use it. And right, so I've got these lovely little flowers there, so I could use that as a focal point. It's a bit lost in that, so maybe I can use it like this. I like that. So I'm quite happy with this arrangement. And what I'm going to do is lightly glue it down so that it stays in place. And I'll probably stitch them together. I'm going to put that just off to the side. And we can still do something like that with it as well. So I think I will go and stitch this in place. Okay, so I really like the frayed elements on this. And what I want to do now is remove the bit that I don't need. And I don't mind some of the paper showing above. Okay, so that's a really simple collage. And on the other side, what I was thinking of doing is maybe having like some kind of belly band, and then just a couple of different colour green tags. That's what I'm thinking anyway, but I'm really not too sure how to arrange it, and also what to put in the background. So that's a very different green there. And I'm wondering, would it be cheating if I leave some of the actual paper? I don't know. What do you think? Won't be monochrome then, will it? No. Okay, so let us see what we can do with the tags. So I want small tags. Maybe if I can get the tags, I can see then what they look like. And if I don't want to use them, I don't have to use them. That is the idea. So I'll cut this strip out and then I'll measure it. So that is 5 centimetres and just under 2 inches. So I don't measure beforehand, I just look at it and think, oh yeah, that looks about right. And I was thinking of making a tag out of this, because I really like that. But again, that's not monochrome, is it? I could go for that. I'll cut that out and we'll keep that as an option. Let's move these out of the way for a second, give myself a little bit more room here. So I've got 3 tags that I can do watercolours on. I've got this little tag as well. Now then, let's put the tag shapes in. I don't really want to bend this too much. Maybe I'll bend this one. No, that's going to be too thick. I have actually got a tag punch, which I never use. Never use. Right, come on, just bend it. Okay, and let's play with some watercolour. So I think I definitely want to go with sap green. And what I might do is sap green, but then shades of sap green, I think. So let's add lots of water to that. Now these may be a little bit too washed out, so you know they may not suit the page. I won't know until they've dried and come alive a bit. But I always think it's worth having a go with watercolours because you can make so many other different colours and bring in elements that really work with what you're trying to create on the page. So I'm just going to dry those off. So while I've got my watercolours out as well, so they're not quite dry, but they're nearly dry. I'm going to paint these little tags, which are buried here. And I'm also going to paint a couple of reinforcement rings, so I can put these on the tags. So I need the reinforcement rings to be quite dark, I think. So let's go in with the Payne's grey. Yeah, that's the colour I'm looking for. Again, I really want to do brown because I just think brown would look lovely with this type of green. But that would be cheating. Although you could just do what you want. Of course you can. Okay, so that's those. And let's... Now the problem with these is obviously I'm going to get it all over the thread, but I am not going to unthread these and rethread them. That just is not going to happen today. I have not got the patience and it's way too warm. I'm not complaining it's warm, it's lovely, but yeah, I'm a bit too hot to do anything fiddly. So I'm going to be lazy and just make a mess instead. Now, there's quite a bit of resistance on these little tiny tags because they've got some kind of plastic coating on them, but that's okay. As long as we get a little bit of colour on them. Oh, going into grey there. Okay, I'm going to dry these off again. So I've got the little reinforcing tags there. Got some of my watercolour tags there. And these little things have turned out really grungy, but I do like them. And, oh, that's okay. Right, so I'm going to ink around these edges. And I've got scorched timber here. And let's have a look to see how this will look on the page. I am almost thinking, gosh, I should have made these a bit smaller, but we'll see how they look now. I can always make them smaller. And I haven't secured this in place yet, because of course you could make a little tuck spot there. Now I think these are a little bit too plain. I think that would look nice like that, but I was kind of going for a more neutral kind of thing, because what I was thinking of doing then is you could have those like that. And what I could do is use this. I could use this for the belly band, which would make it quite interesting. And just trying to see where the best place to do the belly band is. This green going across there, I think. So I think if I had a patterned belly band, I think the tags would look really nice then. And that was my thinking, but it might not work out. Excuse me. Excuse me. So it's a lot of trial and error until you get the look that you are going for. Or if you don't know what look you're going for, like me, then just keep on trying something until it comes alive for you. So I really like that. I think that goes really nice. Whereas if I add, say, that tag, I think it loses a little bit of contrast then. I've probably could have gone with different shades of green. And I'm just wondering, can I put these on there? Or should I put them there? That was my other idea, was to sort of have them like a dangle. Quite like them over there like that. Okay, let's pop a hole in these first. That looks about centre. Okay, so that gives them a little bit of definition as well. And what I could do then, oh look, it's not quite the right colour, but oh yes, I could maybe use a little bit of this on one of them. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll cut it in half. I'm just going to try and savour every piece of this. That's one. I've got some of this. This is quite bulky, that's the only thing. But I think we've gone past caring about the bulk in the journal, which is why I've had to make another one. can't make that any smaller because it'll just fall apart, I think. There. What I could do is have that peeking out of there, but I don't know. Or I could even pop out of there. Okay, so I'm going to stitch around all these now and finish off this page spread. So I've got the tags ready, and I've got, where is it? Oh, it's over here. Got the belly band. Why didn't I cut it down? I really don't know. So I've stitched it now. And I'm just thinking about what to put in the background. Something subtle would be nice. That's not subtle. But then neither is this. I do really like the brown, even though it's supposed to be monochrome. I quite like that. That's not too bad at all. But I think what I will do is cut it first. It really is quite a challenge to work monochrome. And I'm sure there's some kind of arty thing that means that you're getting quite a bit of benefit from this. I'm just struggling to get the best out of the page. So I'm going to cheat, and I'm popping that. You've got that pop of brown there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make life a whole lot simpler for myself, and I'm going to attach that belly band to the bit of paper. That's going to make life a lot easier. And it means that it's giving the page some extra support as well. So like that. And then I'm going to glue this down. Oh, actually, before I do that, let's give it a little bit of a grunge. Of course, you could make this into a tuck spot or a pocket as well. Hide hidden journaling in there. And I did wonder whether I could actually put some focal images on the tags. which I think would look nice. But I'm not going to, because I want the starkness, I think, of the tags to create the focal point. But you could quite easily decorate those as well. And then I wanted these sort of tied together. But how I'm going to tie those together, I don't know. Just do it like that. So we could have them like that, or we could have them there. I think that looks kind of cute. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to have them dangling, I'm going to glue them together. And try and make them look like they're dangling. So I'm going to stick those down. There, like that. And then all we've got to decide then is if we are going to have something sticking out. So I need to go back to my page. So this is the signature. And so it's going to be in there like that. And so what I was thinking was having a little something poking out there. Or even poking out there. But I don't know. Yeah, I could have it there, couldn't I? So if I glue this on two sides, have to cover that, that's fine, we can do that. And all I need to do then is punch a hole in this. Pop this to one side because the pink is distracting me. And there we go. I feel like I need another tag, to be honest, but that I'm going to leave it like that, I think. There's so many other things you could do here. You know, you could put something there. I could put stickers here. I'm tempted to do some washi tape, but I don't have any green washi tape on me. Oh, I've got this. Yeah, that's green. Okay, I could maybe put some of this green washi tape on. My husband gave me 10 minutes. I've been way more than 10 minutes. He will be shouting at me. There you go. It's very subtle, but there. I'm going to settle with that now and call it done. As I was tidying up, I saw my little labels and thought, oh yes, I think a label would be nice. So I'm going to pop that like there, because I got a little bit of scrap there. And maybe just go around it. And pop that label there, Harmony. Oh, I might even just leave it plain. Let's leave it plain. My fingers are full of green paint now. And the glue doesn't want to come out. There we go. And what I thought is I'd finish off with a little, just a little cluster here. Something like that. It needs something in the middle there. I can't leave it as it is. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue and scrunch a few things up. There we go. Now I am going to call this page done. This is my spread for today. For colour of the day, which is obviously green, and I chose green because I wanted a challenge, and it is monochrome. And I think I've given it a go. I know I've still got a little bit of age vintage going in the background there, but I'm happy with how this has turned out. And it was a lot of fun to make these different elements as well, and it's quite interactive. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that, and I hope you enjoyed it too. And please don't forget to check out Heart Lake Crafts and Snips Happens with Tara, and details of their YouTube channels will be in my description below. And until the next prompt, I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye for now.